There's just Jacinda Ardern saying that words are weapons of war, that speech is a weapon of war. Now that is some sleight of hand, and it's just another way of demonising those who would say things that the authorities don't want to hear. But it's the everything's an attack on the family as well. There's that kind of, I think the family is an obstacle to the globalists and to the authoritarians, and I think the governments and the individuals that are in step with the globalist project they're seeking to interfere as much as possible with family life, and we're increasingly being encouraged to see ourselves as atomised individuals. Identity politics teaches us, or is supposed to teach us, to see ourselves first and foremost in terms of our race, our religion, sex, sexuality, social class, earning potential, wealth. And when when society is fragmented in that way, then each group is set against the other. All the group were squabbling like cats in a sack, and all the while we're fighting with each other. And feeling jealous of that person, or threatened by that person, or we just plain don't like that one over there. All the time that's going on, then authoritarian governments can get on with doing all the things that they actually want to do. So because they're not having to deal with us. It's anti-family, it's anti-human, and it's anti-family. And I'm thinking about that. Keep calm and carry on. It sat alongside the likes of Dig for Victory. Remember that, where, in the face of food shortages at that time, 70 odd years ago, the response was, well, you should grow your own. Don't wait for a handout, or don't wait for the government to provide you with food. Get an allotment, or dig up your back garden and plant some potatoes, and get ready to dig for victory. But now at this point, look at the long-term suspicion that's levelled at so-called preppers, right? Prepper is a label that's applied to people that have and are taking steps to be self-sufficient, and it can mean a lot of things. Preppers go to varying depths. You grow your own food. Keep livestock, maybe, if you've got the room for it. They might be people that have laid down steadily over a period of time stores of emergency food and fuel and medicines in case whatever unexpected circumstances would cause shortages. Which, in that kind of dig for victory and be self-sufficient and make plans and be ready to look after yourself and your family, that has been, at best, it's mocked, and at worst, prepper has become a pejorative. Being identified as someone that's preparing for an unpredictable future is right up there with as an expression of some kind of extremism. How did we, so we've gone from keep calm and carry on to panic and wait for the government to help you, and from dig for victory to, if you so much as grow a bag of potatoes on your balcony, you're some kind of right-wing extremist. But anyone listening, depends what age you are, but if you look back to your own childhood, or maybe you have to look back to the childhood of your parents, remember the way people operated. People kept everything. Do you remember when people had drawers full of string, bits of string, and paper that had come off a package that had arrived in the post got smoothed out and kept for another use, and people kept jars of screws and nuts and bolts. You nailed the lids into the underside of shelves in the garage, and filled jam jars with stuff, so that they were just there in case you needed it. And old clothes were kept either as emergency clothes, or they were torn up to be used as rags. But that's recycling. That's green living, and so many of the things that we're being encouraged to do now, that constant upgrading, that replacement of old with new all the time, is the antithesis of any kind of self-sufficiency, any kind of heartfelt green living, and there's, as I say, we're being reverse evolved. After a period of people being encouraged to think of themselves as independent individuals responsible for their own destinies, we're being encouraged more and more to think it has to be the government that helps us. You know, Ronald Reagan said that whatever it is, the 8 or 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government, I'm here to help you. It's so true. If you're dependent on the government, you're in a bad place. But that's what they want. That's what they want. And Jacinda Ardern talking in that way is just another brick in the wall. It's just another stage of them, the globalists, these proto-communists, these neo-feudalists, trying to get inside our heads to tell us what to think, what to do, what to eat, where to go, when, what to buy, why. It's all wrong. It's all been turned upside down and inside out, and the sooner we straighten it out for ourselves as individuals and as functioning communities, the better we'll all begin to live.